All right, welcome back, everyone. This week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. I tell you what, they've been busy out there. The other day I called out there, they were at 53. So it's well into the season now. They have gotten some monsters in too, by the way. So just to let everybody know, it is time to go deer hunting. Our first picture here, let me show you some of this stuff right here. Now, Brian knows exactly where this is because it does look familiar. Because Brian, you planned it and you and I got together and made this deal work, but that's one of the food plots. And I want to throw out another shout out to one of our fine product sponsors of the show, and that's My Blend Deer Minerals. They made this food plot blend for us, this fall food plot blend, and it's holding up really, really well, isn't it, Brian?
Until the deer get in it.
Yeah, until the deer get to it. And that's what you want, though. You want them in there. So it's a great, great deal there. Our next picture here, oh my goodness, Jeremy Hall. If you don't know who he is, he's the fine proprietor of the Archery Den in Franklin. And Jeremy loves to fish. He loves to bass fish. And this is one 5-pounder he caught on Percy Priest on the 21st of September. This is, if you remember, we had a picture of him a couple of weeks ago where he had another 5-pounder. He's stuck on 5-pounders, which is not a bad thing to be stuck on. So, great job there, Jeremy. Oh, and here's one of our other pro staffers. This is Jim Flowers of Flowers Deer Processing. And Jim went wading just the other day in the Duck River, and he's showing you what's in the duck. Look at that smallmouth right there. That's a pretty good smallmouth for the duck, and I'm telling you. Great opportunities all around us. You get out there, make some pictures of your own, send them to us. Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robinson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or simply email them to me at hugh@southernwoodsandwaters.com, and we'll get them on there just really fast. Got a lot of them coming in, a lot of deer pictures coming in all of a sudden. Great job. A lot of kids too, a lot of kids being able to take their first deer during the archery season. Not the youth hunt, the archery season. So great job for all those parents out there that are spending some time with their youngsters and getting them out in the woods. Hey, one other thing you can do is take them dove hunting. I promise you, dove hunting is one of the, I don't know, you really don't have to be quiet. You don't really have to be still. It's kind of, you know, hey, Brian, you can scream from the other side of the field. You're not really going to bother them all that much.
I had a 10-year-old about 8 fence posts down from me that shot every bird that flew in front of him and got it. And I didn't get his name, but he could shoot.
Was it Wyatt Earp?
It might have been.
It might have been, because he evidently did pretty good.
He did good.
You know what I don't like is guys that are on the left of me or on the right of me or both that can outshoot me. Because I have to wait till they get their limit and leave before I even
That kid was shooting the birds before they got to us.
That's it. But I tell you what, we're going to take you out to Chris Milligan's house, or Brian is rather. He's going to take you out to Chris Milligan's house for a nice morning, afternoon. Is it morning or afternoon?
We started about 2 and hunted till dark.
Afternoon dove hunt. So let's go join them out there in the dove woods.
Circling Fogs, 2014 dove hunt, 4th annual.
we got to see some skeet shooting, and I don't care how you boil those things, they don't soften. Everybody looked like they had a great time.
They had a blast.
Kids, I love to see the kids out there with shooting those that skeet and everything and having fun. And you had one that was pretending he was shooting.
Yeah, he was a little too small.
But I tell you what, you train him right from the get-go, and I promise you that he comes out being better and better for him. But that one young kid there, how old was he now? That the one that was doing all the shooting.
There was several that was 8, 9, 10 years old.
That's great.
That was shooting and hitting the birds when Daddy was missing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now Chris had his dad there, and they look like twins.
They did. They look a lot alike.
They do look a lot alike. But I tell you what, great opportunity for you to get with your family, young or old. I tell you what, it just doesn't matter. Just that go out there and have a great time. In the woods, and like I said, you don't have to be quiet. You don't have to be still that much. A little bit of camo, but you can still wear shorts when it's hot out there. And
being the cameraman, I was out setting up, and they raffled off a gun, and I wasn't even there. I was setting up the camera.
And you didn't get in on the raffle? Oh my goodness!
No,
that's a fine way to treat the cameraman.
Yeah, that's what I told Chris.
But you know, there's many of these hunts over the state, and I tell you what, we've been to some great ones. Chris's looks awesome. Brian Cook, Calvin Cawthorn put on a great one where they are. Zach put on a good one out there at his place. He and Craig put a great one on, but it's getting in with a bunch of guys or gals that love to do it, and usually, more than not, it's usually the first 2 weeks of the season, and then it's about gone. Everybody kind of gets into the mode of deer hunting or fall turkey hunting or duck hunting, and they leave the dove alone. But I guarantee
that's when it gets better.
That's what I'm saying. I tell you what, I think that everybody's missing the boat on the being the second or the third segment being the better segments. If you want the bigger birds, I mean, and man, they taste great. How do you fix yours?
I've bred them and fry them. A lot of people like to wrap them in bacon, put them on the grill. I like to bread them and fry them, and then pull that meat off that breastplate, and then make some gravy and put all that meat in that gravy. And then Missouri, pour it over rice.
I'm from Missouri. He's just going to have to show me. That needs to be next week's recipe.
We need to get the doves and do it. It is good.
But I'll tell you what, you know, we were talking about, we've grilled them. Calvin fixed us some one time, and he cut a jalapeno in two and took the seeds out and put the breast in there, and then wrapped that with bacon and grilled it. And when the bacon's done, it's all done.
That would probably be good.
Oh my goodness, brother! I mean, it was nasty. I mean, we had stuff all over our face after eating that stuff. It's great. Dove season, we really have a great. Now you do have to have. Let me expressly tell you this: you do have to have a migratory bird permit.
Definitely.
And unless you have a sportsman's license, you have to have that migratory bird permit. And when you do, I don't know if it's everybody. I know it's happened to me bunches. You get a report back. Do you get a report that sent out from TWRA or U.S. Fish and Wildlife, wanting to know how many dove you took and how many days you hunted? Man, if you get that, fill that out. I mean, it doesn't take but maybe 3-4 minutes to fill it out.
I don't think I've ever got it.
If you get it, more than not, if you get it when you get the migratory bird permit, they send it to you because they want to know about how many dove or stuff, or do you hunt wood duck, stuff like that, or duck hunt on the other migratory birds also. But fill it out. I mean, it takes 3-4 minutes. It doesn't take long, but I think it helps. I think what they're trying to do is get more and more information. Not that dove is regulated as hard as ducks. Ducks are really strictly adhered to, and There's all kinds of regulations.
More
And
federal.
even if you go to different states, it's a whole lot different. But dove's not quite that bad. But I think that they do want to know some numbers, what's going on. You know, where's the flyways? Are the flyways moving and stuff like that? But I'm gonna tell you something. As long as we got
That day it was the way the 30-mile-an-hour wind was blowing. That was
they
the
were going that way,
flyway.
weren't they?
Yeah.
They were going that way. But you know, as long as we live in an agricultural state, such as we do in Tennessee, Middle Tennessee especially, in West Tennessee, with all the corn, soybeans, and millet, and sorghum, and everything else that we grow, dove are going to hang around.
Well, this farm is surrounded by corn for as far as you can see.
Oh yeah, and we're talking about hundreds of acres.
Every time somebody would go look for a bird in the cornfield, they'd flush 30 out of the corn.
Oh yeah, yeah. Which, by the way, while we're on the small birds, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about. Man, I'm seeing more quail.
I am too.
Thank goodness. I tell you what, there was some bit of concern by a lot of the old timers thought that they were just about extinct, but man, I'm starting to see a few coveys of quail now, and nice coveys.
We got awful low, but we started taking care of the coyote problem, and we've got a lot more rabbits,
Yep.
a lot more quail.
I still quail is has to be the bottom on the food chain. Everything likes a quail. That's sad that he was created to where he was so delicious by everything. He just doesn't stand a chance out there. But quail, I've started to see quail come back. I tell you something else I've been noticing on Facebook. People have been sending me pictures on Facebook of woodcock. I saw a guy that said he limited out on woodcock and wood duck the same day. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good deal. So if the woodcock's coming back, that's a great thing too. I've seen a few out there in the woods. They scare the far out of me when they're out there. But they're great. Hey, next we got to do our product of the week, and what we have for you today is, can you get a close-up of this right here? I want to show this off. All right, you see this watch right here? This is made by Reactor. R-E-A-C-T-O-R, reactor.com. Go to Reactor. They have come out with a new type of watch, and this thing is sturdy. I mean, it is all metal. It is very nice, keeps great time. You know how some of them, the stem comes out and stuff like that? This one doesn't. It screws in and tightens down. You have to actually unscrew it and pull it out and then unscrew it some more before it'll change the time. So it's pretty good on that. It's got great luminous, the high glow part of the watch, so you can be up in the tree stand. So, yeah, I'm about 10 minutes early today. Usually, my deal is I'm 15 minutes late.
I never have that early problem.
But hey, we got to take another break. When we come back, we're going to open up our phone lines here at 737-7767 to answer any questions. And we're going to talk about what the deer are doing right now from the latest and greatest. Brian Penton, he just came out of the woods. He's going to tell us a little bit about what's going on, how this moon's affected us right now. So hurry back to more Southern Woods and Waters.